Welcome to The Explainer. I'm absolutely thrilled you're tuning in today because we're going to unpack something that is literally foundational to the modern internet. We've all clicked a link in a YouTube description or a blog post at some point, right? But have you ever stopped to wonder about the invisible machinery that just instantly whirs to life behind the scenes? Well, today we're going on a really fun journey, tracing the life of a single, simple digital link as it transforms into an actual paycheck. So let's dive right in. I mean, it really is the ultimate question, isn't it? We see creators all over the internet effortlessly weaving these product recommendations into their content, but how are they actually turning that unassuming little link into a reliable stream of income? To really get it, we've got to look past the shiny video content and peek under the hood at the actual mechanics of digital monetization. And when we lift that hood, we find the core engine, the affiliate ecosystem. You can think of this like a massive, perfectly tuned digital engine. On one side, you have merchants who are getting this highly targeted performance-based promotion, and then on the other side, creators get a really structured, reliable way to monetize the audiences they've worked so incredibly hard to build. It's essentially the ultimate win-win scenario that's driving today's digital economy. To really wrap our heads around how this engine runs, we need to meet the actual people operating it. First up, we have Aisha. She's our merchant. She runs a sleek online gadget store, and her primary goal is super straightforward. She wants to drive gadget sales. Next, we have Rohan, the affiliate. He's a popular tech YouTuber, and he's looking to monetize his awesome audience. And finally, we have Kavya, our customer, who's just out there looking to buy some really cool new tech. We're going to follow their interconnected journeys to guide us through this whole workflow. So, here is our roadmap for today. 1. Building the program. 2. The affiliate creator. 3. Promotion and tracking. 4. Customer action and conversion. 5. Getting paid, commission. And 6. Performance analysis. All right, starting with number 1, building the program, setting the rules. Okay, so this is where our merchant, Aisha, sets up her digital workspace. The very first thing she has to do is lay down some clear, undeniable rules. She decides exactly which gadgets are going to be promoted and sets her commission rate. Let's say it's about 5 to 10% per sale. But, it's not just about that percentage. She has to clearly define what actually counts as a valid action. For her store, it's got to be a completed purchase. So she drafts up strict terms and conditions, kind of like the major platforms do, just to make sure everything is completely legally sound before going any further. But here's the catch. How does she actually know who drove the sale? Enter the tracking pixel. This little thing is absolutely crucial. A tracking pixel is just a tiny piece of code embedded right into Aisha's website. It acts kind of like a digital detective, seamlessly tracking all that incoming traffic and attributing every single click or sale to the correct affiliate. Honestly, without this invisible tool, the whole ecosystem would just fall apart. Moving right along to section 2, enter the affiliate creator, joining the network. So now that Aisha has the foundation built and the rules set, it's time for our tech YouTuber Rohan to join the network. Rohan is super eager to monetize his highly engaged audience, so he goes ahead and signs up through an online portal, dropping in his social media profiles and payment details. Aisha's system reviews his application, and the second he gets that shiny green approved checkmark, something pretty magical happens. Rohan receives his own unique tracking link. This specific link is basically his digital fingerprint within Aisha's ecosystem. But as they say, with great power comes great responsibility. Rohan now has some very strict legal obligations. He's got to handle user data properly, he absolutely must follow platform policies, and he has to adhere to data privacy regulations. Because being an affiliate, it isn't just about throwing links around. It's really about operating as a compliant, trustworthy digital partner. Which brings us to part 3, promotion and link tracking, reaching the audience. Now, Rohan takes that unique URL and integrates it directly into the video descriptions of his tech reviews. But as he's promoting, he faces a really critical choice here: ethical promotion versus misleading claims. Obviously, his goal is to influence his audience naturally. Making false promises just to bait some clicks, yeah, that's a one-way ticket to getting banned and ruining his audience's trust. So instead, Rohan goes with ethical promotion. He avoids the false claims, and he clearly discloses that his post contains affiliate links where he earns a commission. And you know what's cool? This transparency doesn't actually hurt his clicks at all. It acts like a shield, building this massive, unbreakable trust with his viewers. Step 4. Customer action and conversion. The checkout flow. All right, This is where the magic really kicks into high gear, and it's time to bring our customer Kavya into the mix. She's watching Rohan's video, she loves the gadget he's reviewing, and the exact millisecond she clicks that link in his description, Aisha's tracking system springs to life. The system securely drops a little cookie right into Kavya's browser vault. This unique identifier tells Aisha's system exactly who sent the traffic, all while totally respecting Kavya's data privacy and opt-out preferences. It's basically this invisible digital handshake between Rohan's YouTube channel and Aisha's store. Let's break down the rapid-fire sequence of this checkout flow. First up, Kavya clicks the link. Second, that cookie is securely stored. Third, Kavya completes her purchase. Let's say she's buying a brand new smartwatch. Her digital shopping cart fills up, and she checks out. And finally, step 4, Aisha's system scans and validates the action, making absolutely sure the order is fully paid for, and then successfully links it right back to Rohan. Boom. Next up, step 5, getting paid. Commission time, reaping the rewards. So this is the part where Rohan actually reaps the financial rewards of his influence, usually based on metrics like cost per sale or cost per lead. But hold on, the money doesn't just instantly appear in his bank account. There is a standard 30-day lock-in period. And you might be wondering, why the delay? Well, Aisha's system has to perform some really essential checks. What if Kavya decides to return the smartwatch? Or what if the purchase was somehow fraudulent? This 30-day window just ensures that only legitimate, totally finalized sales are actually rewarded. Once we clear that 30-day lock-in period, the financial transaction is seamlessly executed. But remember, both parties still have to play by the rules of financial regulations. So, Aisha's system automatically deducts any applicable local taxes, like TDS, for instance, if they're operating in India. And then that final commission is transferred straight into Rohan's preferred digital wallet, like UPI, or directly to his bank. That simple digital link has officially turned into cold hard cash. And finally, step 6, performance analysis, evaluating the ecosystem. Now, the transaction might be complete, but the work definitely isn't over. Both Aisha and Rohan need to step back and evaluate the overall health and success of their ecosystem. So they pull up their real-time digital dashboards. Right here, they can review all the vital metrics, things like clicks, conversion rates, and of course, ROI, return on investment. For Aisha, looking at these charts tells her exactly which campaigns and which affiliates are driving the most actual business. And for Rohan, it tells him exactly what type of content his audience is loving and clicking on the most. Plus, beyond just the success metrics, this radar is also constantly sweeping for security issues, helping them spot any weird, suspicious traffic patterns or non-compliant practices. When you zoom out and put all of these stages together, you really start to see the beauty of this whole workflow. It is quite literally a win-win for everyone involved in the digital economy. Aisha, our merchant, got highly targeted performance-based sales without taking on any upfront advertising risks. Rohan, the creator, effortlessly monetized his awesome content and his audience, and Kavya, she found the exact smartwatch she was searching for. Which leaves us with this final thought. Today, we've seen how a simple link, when it's backed by the right structure, tracking, and most importantly, trust, genuinely powers the modern web. You now understand the mechanics of the super vibrant ecosystem from the absolute ground up. So, my question for you is, in a digital economy that is built entirely on trust and performance, what's stopping you from building your own win-win ecosystem? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I really hope this sparked some incredible ideas for you. Catch you next